Good morning. Welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I am Razzle11, and you can find me on Twitter at Razzle11Grinds. Going to take a look at some pitching for today, Thursday, the 15th of June. We have a 3-game day slate and a 7-game main slate. Going to try to make this a little quicker video, so let's just dive right in. 3-game day slate. Pitching is kind of ugly. Top option might be Aaron Nola. I mean, I don't like attacking Arizona with pitching, and he hasn't been all that great. And 3 out of his last 4 have been kind of rough. A couple dominant starts around that, but man, it's tough. He's been pretty bad on the road as well. He just has the greatest upside of the pitching on this slate if things come together. Todd Bradley has the best matchup on this slate. He's a minus 210 favorite. Nola is a minus 130 if we go back to that. But Bradley's coming off a tough start against Texas. But this obviously is not Texas that he's facing. I know Oakland has played better over this last week, but they are still one of the weakest offenses in all of baseball. So Todd Bradley probably going to be the pure chalk on this early game 3-gamer. Tyler Wells has really surprised me this year. Home runs can be an issue, but he's been so good, especially at home. Has yet to face Toronto. Toronto doesn't strike out a ton, and they obviously have quite a bit of power, so I do have some worries. But, he's probably option number 3 on the slate. It's either him or Kikuchi, who struggled with Baltimore the first time he faced them. He struggled on the road. He has a real home run issue. 18 of them already allowed in 66 and a third innings. That's getting close to 3 per 9 territory, which is ridiculous. He can have walk issues. The last few starts, he's been solid, which might be all we need. I'm going to have to look into his history against Baltimore. But, if you want to say that Kikuchi's a better play than Wells on the slate, I'm not going to really argue with you. But, they're 3 and 4 in some capacity. Blackburn, coming off a great start, but it was against Milwaukee, was solid against Atlanta as well. Do I really want to pick on Tampa Bay? Not really, but maybe we have to on the slate. I'm interested enough. I'm not going to be interested in Ryan Nelson. He did shut down Philadelphia earlier this year. He's been so bad at home. Almost a 1-to-1 K to walk rate. Only striking out about 5 per 9 innings at home, which is extremely low. So I'm just not going to go with Nelson. I definitely would rather gamble with Blackburn against Tampa Bay, which is maybe it's a shocker, but that's just kind of the way things fall. Let's jump to the 7-game main slate here. At the top, you get Evaldi versus Ohtani. Great spot for pitchers. Ohtani takes on the tougher offense. I'd like to look into his numbers against Texas on the mound, but I think both guys are very much in play. Evaldi is a minus 150 favorite. Christian Javier, a minus 205 favorite against the Nationals. I'm definitely interested. He's kept the ball in the park at home. Numbers are pretty solid. Allows a few more hits, but that's all right. Coming off a rougher start, but prior to that, he'd been really strong. No problem with Javier at all. Might be tough to go with him because I still think Evaldi and Ohtani just have greater upside, especially Evaldi right now. but I would prefer to spend down to these guys right here. Sonny Gray against Detroit, a minus 220 favorite. Great spot. Has been absolutely phenomenal at home. Uh, 7 starts, allowing just 8 runs, which is definitely key. Had a few rough starts in a row here recently, but bounced back with a very solid start against a difficult Toronto squad. Uh, Not really getting much run support from the squad, but the Twins have turned it on a little bit recently. Uh, so I'm definitely interested in Sonny Gray. The most or second most, Stroman is actually going to be my favorite option on the slate, which means I've come a long way because I'm just not a huge believer in Marcus Stroman and him being able to continue pitching at the level that he has. Uh, but he's been absolutely ridiculous at home, just blowing away any kind of thoughts that he's just not that great. I mean, I still don't think he is, but um, hasn't allowed, has allowed more than 2 runs once since April 23rd. Uh, and the big thing is the wind is blowing in at 20 miles an hour. It's going to be cooler in Chicago. The total in this game is 6.5, which tells you um, there's a ton of wind blowing in. Wrigley is the one park where we can just look at the game total and get an idea of what the weather is. And the Cubs are minus 170 favorite right now. So Stroman's going to be right at the top for me. No interest in Dylan Cease against the Dodgers. Some interest here in Mackenzie Gore. Flashes some pretty strong upside. Has been far better on the road, coming off of a tough start against Atlanta, but that's going to happen against the Braves. The Houston lineup obviously is much weaker without Jordan, so I think Mackenzie Gore is a solid GPP option for us tonight, despite being a pretty large underdog. Not really interested in Logan Allen right now. The Padres offense looks to be heating up a little bit. I know he's been phenomenal on the road, so if you want to take some shots with him, I'm not going to argue against it. I just like the way that San Diego is swinging the bats right now. Uh, San Diego is just a minus 140 favorite, which isn't too big. So you can probably talk me into it. Ryan Weathers, as much as I like, taking pitchers against Cleveland for safety purposes, just because they're not a powerful squad, I'm just not going to be able to go with Ryan Weathers tonight. DK has Rich Hill going for the Pirates, but I thought I saw that Oviedo was going, so we're going to have to wait to see. Whichever pitcher is going for the Pirates is going to be in my player pool tonight, based on the weather matchup. No real interest in Boyd against the Twins. Maybe I should because they do strike out quite a bit. He is at a nice price point, but I think my interest in him might depend on the weather in Atlanta. Smith-Shawver against a weak Colorado squad hasn't really showcased any kind of Ks, but it is a great matchup. The issue is there's expected to be quite a bit of rain at some point later this afternoon or this evening, so we are going to have to pay attention. The Braves right now currently are a minus 250 favorite, which is the largest out of all the games today. So that is why I would kind of lean towards Smith-Shawver over Boyd. But if we lose that game, Boyd, Rich Hill, if he ends up throwing, whichever Pittsburgh guy goes, and then guys here at the top. So there you have it. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on to get that alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to the coaches and our tools, and join our Discord, I'll put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's R-A-Z, for 10% off your monthly membership. And as always, best of luck, everybody.